you're here, then we are kindred spirits. Take this information, shorten the distance. These are the capabilities, take you from where you are to where you want to be. It's new. You're learning something you've never done before in so many cases. And if you do know this, sometimes you have to unlearn. So stick with us through this jump start, and then you'll hit the ground running. I wish I had the opportunity to learn in advance when I started 27, 28 years ago. And that's how to start attracting people, your ideal client. We talked about them in the last training. How do you start attracting them where they raise their hand? And you can do it with a smile, and there's no obligation, and there's no selling yet, or no inviting, I should say, or no serving, because sales is service. You'll learn that coming up soon. But what you're going to learn in the industry, I think they call it, I've never used the term, a lead magnet. It's something that attracts people. It brings people in. What I want you to think about it as is reciprocity. I just told my daughter to Google it the other day. I said, I do a lot for you. Google reciprocity. Beyond that, I want you to think about it as value in advance. Okay, so what we're going to do is one of the most important things as you grow this into a real business is you're going to want to create an email list. It's how we communicate. It's how I communicate and reminded you guys to show up for events and be here, remind you to do this training today. So over time, not overnight, remember businesses are a marathon. They're not a sprint, one step at a time. Kaizen, how do you run a 1,000-mile race? One step at a time. How to eat an elephant, one bite at a time, right? I hope nobody's eating elephants, but you know what I mean, right? We're going to build this slowly, but today you're going to have one of my amazing team members walk you through using AI and some questions to ask for you to create this lead magnet, this value in advance. And you're going to create something like a checklist, right? If you're that accountant we talked about, if you want to go from employee to having your own accounting firm, here is the 19-question checklist to launch. Or here is the resource guide to launch with confidence. Or here is the 3 biggest myths about stopping your career and starting a new business. So we're going to create a valuable checklist, a valuable resource guide, or something that busts myths to help people go vegan, find their purpose again, how to sell better, how to fall in love, how to get through divorce, how to get through menopause, whatever your niche is for your ideal client. We're going to work together to create something so valuable that you just tell people, oh, go get it. You can have it for free. And when they do, they give you your email address so you can send it to them. And all of a sudden you start building a list. I'm not kidding you. This secret is the one I wish someone would have taught me first, because you are going to have a vehicle, you're going to have a tool that people are going to want. It's nothing but value. And until you're ready, you don't have to do anything but give them value. And when it's time, you can invite them because they're going to say, I want more. But the cool part, if I was teaching you to do this just a year and a half ago, we'd have to get on Google, do a lot of research, a lot of time, teach you even more copywriting skills, and all of that you're going to be taught. I don't believe AI is the solution for everything. AI gets you off the blank page. AI is the compounder. It allows you to see new venues, but then we have to fine tune it, make it personal, make it us, make it amazing. So you're going to be on, again, with one of my amazing team members who's going to share with you how to create this asset, where to implement it, how to make it real, and you're going to start collecting email addresses faster than you could ever imagine.
Thanks, Dean. This is Lane with the Mastermind team again, and I am going to show you how to use a hot seat with Gigi to create your lead magnet. In today's lesson, Dean talked about 3 different types of lead magnets: a resource guide, a checklist, or a short report that's on something like the 3 biggest myths about your topic. And together in this tutorial today, we're going to work with Gigi to create one lead magnet, and we're going to do a resource guide. I really like those because they are so quick and easy to consume, and everybody likes the top 10 lists about this or the top 5 ways to do that. So that's what we're going to create in today's tutorial. Now, to start your hot seat with Gigi, just push the red button below the video and it will pop up a new window with Gigi. So let's walk through creating that resource guide with Gigi right now. So let's get started working on that lead magnet. Now, remember, along the way, we're going to have options. If we don't want to do a resource guide, we can do a checklist or short report. We'll just tell her what we want to do along the way. But for today, let's say that we are a coach who helps new engineers with leadership and communication skills so they can position themselves for management. So we just click on the button that says, I want to name and draft my lead magnet, and we'll see what Gigi has to say. Okay, so she says, Who is your target audience? A great question to start with. Let's tell her, I am working with engineers who want to get promoted to management in the next 18 months. Then she asks, what specific problem or pain point does your target audience face that you want your lead magnet to address? Now, we want to get this a little bit narrow. We don't want to open up some huge topic because a lead magnet is just one slice of the value we offer. So let's give her something sort of general, but she can help us refine it a bit. So what I know is that engineers often struggle with people skills, so they may have challenges with communication and leadership when they're looking to get promoted. Now, before you think I am hating on engineers, please know I am not. I'm married to an engineer. My son is an engineer. My sister's an engineer. My dad's an engineer. So I am not hating on them at all. I'm just using this for an example. So now Gigi asks us, do we want to create a resource guide, a checklist, or a short report? And as we talked about earlier, we are going to do a resource guide, but you could choose something different when you are doing your hot seat. And then she asks us, if you already have a clear idea of what you want to cover, give her as much detail as possible. If we don't know, she can help us brainstorm. And I actually know what I want to do. I'm a huge reader, so I would like to create a list of 10 books on communication and leadership specifically for engineers. So let's tell her that and see what she has to ask us next. Next, she says, what kind of resource would have helped you the most 3 to 5 years ago? What would it have covered and what problem would it address? And I'm going to keep this really short. Let's give her just a bit of information. I'm going to tell her guidance on management, leadership, and communication. And then the last question is, what are 3 untruths or myths that people believe about your topic that aren't true or that are misunderstood? And we are going to tell her that 3 myths are getting promoted is really about being a good engineer rather than being about leadership. Another myth is that you have to be an extrovert to be a good leader. And a final myth is that managing and leading engineers is exactly like all other types of leadership. So we're going to feed that in and see what she comes back with. And here we go. She has a great list for us with a great title, Top 10 Books to Boost Communication and Leadership Skills for Engineers, a short introduction, and then she goes into the resource guide where she's generated a list of 10 book suggestions with the title, the author, a summary of the book, and why it's useful. And what I'm going to do, here's what I like to do. I like to take what Gigi gives me and then mix it with my own research. I want to make sure this is something very targeted and very individualized and matches my personality and my audience. So I'm going to go to Amazon, do some research. I'm going to go to Google and do some research. I'm going to dig into my lists of books from the past, and I'm going to come up with a list that I love of 10 books. And that way, this is unique to me. So now that we've got our list of 10 books, she's given us a title, but I'm actually going to ask her to give us some more title ideas. I just want to show you how easy it is to work with Gigi. So you can go in and just type in and say, hey, Gigi, can you give me some more title ideas? So let's see what she comes up with. And immediately she comes back with a list of other title suggestions. And I'm going to take bits and pieces of these again. You could use these as is, but I like to mix things up and use this as a starting point, just like with the list of books, and come up with my own title. Now what we need is a call to action, a CTA. And that is the next step we want the reader to take after they have consumed our lead magnet. So in this case, after they've gone through our list of 10 book suggestions, what do we want them to do next? In this case, because we're pretending to be a coach, let's ask them to reach out via email for a free strategy session to us. So let's feed that in to Gigi and ask her to help us come up with a call to action. And she comes back with a suggested CTA. Ready to take your leadership skills to the next level? This is great, but the list of leadership books is not very long, so I'm going to ask her to tighten up this CTA a little bit. This is great. Look what she's got for us. Now, the next step after we've got our title, we've got the contents of our lead magnet, we've got our call to action, we want to put this all in a Google document. So now, once we put it into a Google Doc, it's really easy to format it and download it as a PDF. Or we can copy and paste it into design software like Canva. Canva.com is the design software we often use. You can use that for free and turn it into a beautiful branded document and then download it from Canva as a PDF as well. And then the PDF makes it really easy to share with people and they're not able to edit it easily. Now, I've already copied and pasted all this information into a Google Doc. It is the Tech Leaders Toolkit, 10 books every engineer leader needs. And I'm pretending our name is Javier the Coach. So I put that in there. It's created by us. It's got a list of the 10 books with a short description. You can see them all here. Again, it's a combination of what Gigi said, Google, Amazon. I've got my call to action here at the bottom, asking people to email me. I've got my name, my email address. I've got my website. And then you would also probably want to enter your social media handles as well so people can find you online. Now, I've created this document and it's ready to go. It's not fancy at all. It's really just a black and white document, but you never know. For an engineer audience, they might really like something that's plain and black and white. It's got all the information there. So I could download this as a PDF by going up here to the file download and use the tutorial that we've included in this step to show you how to upload that to your Mastermind Business Hub. Or if I wanted to make it a little fancier, I could take it up a notch and create that branded document in Canva. And we've got a tutorial showing you how to do that and also how to save it. And again, upload it to your Mastermind Business Hub. Something else you're going to need along the way is a small graphic, which we call a thumbnail. So it makes it a little bit more eye-catching when people see it online, either on a page or on your social media. And we've got a tutorial to show you how to do that as well. Everything you need is included right here. Just get going. Don't overthink this. Congratulations on creating your first lead magnet. And remember, this does not have to be complex. It doesn't need to be 50 pages long. It doesn't need to take you weeks to do it. Just get it done and get it out there.
Was that awesome or what? Now, if you're new to this industry, I just want to say thank you for trusting us. If you've been in this space, create another lead magnet. Find something more polished that brings people to your world. But I want to tell you, it took us, Tony and I, 70 plus years between the two of us to figure this out so we can teach you the right steps at the right time. Some of this might feel a little advanced, moving too quick, some a little slow. If you already have a course, build another lead magnet. If you haven't, you have an asset people are going to want. We're going to show you how to make it real so you can start sending people sooner than later and start collecting emails like in 48 hours from right now. So cool. I'm so excited. Stick with us, even if you're a little uncomfortable. I promise you it'll all come together.